So this is to help you. I have a lot of students that are saying they don't know what to do with these problems, and I'm going to try to make it very easy, very simple for you. Now remember, if you're doing a monohybrid cross, when you're looking at this word, monohybrid, that just means you're looking at one trait and you're trying to determine the probability of the offspring of that one trait. In another video, I did number 1 and 3. 2 is just like 1. So I'm going to start with number 4 in this practice right here. So if you follow along on your worksheet with number 4, you should be in good shape. All right. So first, you have to pause, read the question, and try to convert the question into the factors that you know. It says in pea plants, inflated pea pods are dominant over flat pea pods. So when you're reading this question, you have to look at these key words. Dominant over flat. So if I know that that's dominant over this, I know that that's referring to a recessive gene. Matter of fact, which are recessive. Cross a heterozygous parent with a homozygous recessive parent. Now, if you follow these steps, you'll never get a monohybrid cross wrong. Never get it right. All right, so the first step is to make a key. So here's my key. My key deals with my trait, which every single trait in the monohybrid cross is going to have two forms. So one can be flat or inflated. Flat or inflated. And now what you can do is assign any letter that you want. So since my inflated ones are dominant, I'm going to use a capital I for inflated, and I'm going to use a lowercase I for flat. My key is done. That's step 1. Step 2 is to find the parent genotypes. So I know that each of these plants is going to have a mom. She has 2 genes for each trait, and they're going to have a dad who has 2 genes for each trait. So what you do is you apply this formula down here. So cross a heterozygous parent. It doesn't matter which parent is which. Just one of these parents has to be heterozygous. So in this exercise, the mom is going to be heterozygous. So the mom is big I, little I, and then cross with a homozygous recessive parent. Homozygous recessive. Homo means same. Recessive is referring to the lowercase I. So the dad is going to be homozygous recessive. So this is our cross. Step 3 is to put these genes into the Punnett square and then to solve. So when you're drawing your Punnett square with a monohybrid cross, put the mom's genes, these 2 genes, on this side, and put the dad's genes up here. So what I'm going to have for the mom, I'm going to have big I, little I, and then for the dad, since he's homozygous recessive, little I, and then I cross. I bring this one over here, so big I, bring this top one down, little I. This one's going to go in, little I, the top one comes down. Now, in this box here, I'm going to bring my capital I that's right here all the way over. So big I, bring the little I down. And then in this box, I bring this one all the way over here, little I, and then bring this one down. If you paid attention this far, you should understand this by now. The offspring, the probability of the offspring when it comes to these problems is that you're going to have a 50% chance. So 2 out of 4, right here, 2 out of 4 are going to be homozygous recessive. If they have the 2 recessive genes, they're going to have the flat phenotype. And then 2 out of the 4 are going to be heterozygous. If they're heterozygous, they have this dominant gene, therefore they're going to be inflated. So this is how you get your answer. So step 4 is when you give the genotype and the phenotype ratio. So my genotype ratio, would be, you write your 2 genotypes. You have big I, and you have little I. And then you add them up. Over here we see we have 2 out of 4 that are going to be big I, little I. And then you have 2 out of 4 that's going to be little I. And you need to know that that equals 50%. And then your phenotype ratio is how do they look. So your phenotype, physical characteristics. So your phenotype is going to be flat and inflated. And the same thing, these 2 down here are flat, so 2 out of 4. And then you're going to have 2 out of 4 inflated. Follow this with all of these problems, work your way through it.